Hello, Extinction Rebellion families. My name's Nicola Davis, and I've spent my working life writing books for children and families about nature, trying to get people to see the beauty and importance of the natural world. So I'm delighted to be talking to you lot, because I know I'm speaking to kindred spirits. Now, I know how frightened we all are about the current situation with climate change, but there are a couple of things to remember. First of all, 10 years ago, nobody was talking about it. I wrote a book about climate change that was published in 2009, and absolutely nobody wanted to hear what that had to say. So we are moving in the right direction. The second thing is to say that part of our fear, of course, comes from the fact that nobody in power seems to be doing very much, but that is changing too. And the other thing to say is that all change begins here and here. And that's where you come in, because the change for you has already happened here, and you can help to spread that. So here's a poem called This Is How the Change Begins. And it has a very simple chorus which goes, this is how, this is how, this is how the change begins. And if you want to join in, please do. I'd love to imagine that people would learn this poem and chant it, because it's kind of meant to be chanted. Okay, so here we go. Little drops of water, little grains of sand, make the mighty ocean and the promised land. This is how, this is how, this is how the change begins. With a heat wave in the Arctic, a New York under snow, and a little mountain piker with no place left to go. This is how, this is how, this is how the change begins. With an island in the ocean where fresh waters turn to salt, and an oil company executive who says, it's not our fault. This is how, this is how, this is how the change begins. With permafrost that's melting, with coral bleached to white, with animals once plentiful that vanish overnight. With selfishness and greed and lies, denials fed by fear, while storms and droughts and famines grow with every passing year. This is how, this is how, this is how the change begins. With windmills on the hilltops, solar panels on the roof, with governments and businesses that finally act on truth, by seeing that our future can be better than our past, and the century that's coming doesn't have to be our last. By learning how to share, not own, by remembering to dream of a world that's kinder, fairer, a world that's truly green. We are but drops of water. We are but grains of sand. But together, we're an ocean. And we can make a promised land. This is how, this is how, this is how the change begins. So remember, hope is a tool, hope is a weapon, and we all must hold it very tight.